Thank you for joining me, Scott Ryan. I received something in my email today that really caught my attention, and it was in my basically my junk mail. Nonetheless, I'm excited about this because if you watch my videos, you know that I, like a lot of conservatives, the majority of conservatives, get frustrated by the fact that we have no more than a handful of true statesmen, true patriots in the Congress and the Senate who will do anything, who will lift a finger to stop the sabotage and the treachery of this administration. And so we get frustrated. We feel it's hopeless because we know that cowards like John McCain and Lindsey Graham and John Boehner and Cornyn are going to do nothing because they're more concerned with their reputations in the media and their own personal legacies, which ironically they will go down in infamy, little do they know, for their stance, for their lack of principles, and for their compromise. But this piece of email is the answer to the frustration to many of us. It does not involve these cowards in Washington, D.C. It is the kind of thing that we sit back and wish would happen. It is happening. This email came to me actually as an advertisement sent by Dick Morris, apparently Larry Klayman of Freedom Watch. He has filed a class action lawsuit, and this email solicitation is one soliciting for millions of Americans to join this suit against Barack Hussein Obama for his treachery. It's a beautiful email. I'm going to post it, copy it, and post it into tableofwisdom.com. This is the kind of thing. Of course, he needs money. A class action lawsuit is expensive. It is something that any conservative, anyone who has a morsel of concern about what's going on with this country, anybody who really wants to do something besides whine, needs to give whatever they can and sign up for this suit. I'm going to read the email. Your deposition required. Larry Klayman and class members versus Barack Hussein Obama. Fellow patriot, I have just filed the first class action lawsuits against Barack Hussein Obama to stop his mad NSA spy scheme that's targeting you and your family right now. That's right. While the others sit around and talk, I'm taking action and have already filed our groundbreaking class action suits in U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C. to force Obama and his socialist, tyrannical comrades to end their unconstitutional attacks on your rights and liberty. I've taken on and defeated presidents in the past. In fact, I am the only lawyer ever to have a court rule that a sitting president, Bill Clinton, had committed a crime. It goes on to say, and now I'm on the job again, targeting Obama for his glaring violations of law, especially his use of the National Security Agency, NSA, to illegally spy on you and millions of other American citizens. You see, America is under attack like never before. And unless we stand together and take decisive action today, we run the risk of seeing our cherished nation collapse and become little more than a puppet socialist state controlled by tyrants. But the enemy isn't a foreign enemy, isn't a foreign army waiting to invade. Unbelievable as it sounds, the enemy is already deeply entrenched in our own government. The enemy carries U.S. passports, votes in our elections, and even rules over us from their devilish lair in Washington, D.C. He's not pulling any punches. The enemy, he says, is Barack Hussein Obama. What's more, plans are now in place enabling the Obama regime to snap the chains of bondage around your wrists unless you and I unite right now to stop this escalating attack on our constitutional rights and freedoms. In Freedom Watch, the legal watchdog group that's shining the light of truth on dirty deals and illegal activities of Democrats and Republicans alike, is ready, willing, and able to fight back on your behalf. And that is just what we're doing. The spies at the National Security Agency are snooping through billions of our emails, phone records, and other personal and confidential information like medical and credit card records. Why? The answer is simple. To coerce or blackmail and intimidate the American people into silence about Obama's attack against the very foundation of our republic, the U.S. Constitution. The Obama agents are going through your personal and private information, seeking anything that they can use against you, in court or out. Whatever they find, no matter how inconspicuous it may seem, will be used by the NSA to control you and force you to accept Obama's anti-American agenda. This NSA spy outrage is more than just Obama's latest scandal, like his use of other government agencies to harass and intimidate political opponents. This scandal marks a critical turning point in our nation's history. And Freedom Watch and I need your urgent support in our efforts to regain our lost rights as American citizens, God-ordained rights for which our founding fathers and the patriot forces fought and died. So Freedom Watch has filed a series of class action suits against not just Barack Obama, but also his comrade in arms, Eric Holder, the NSA, and telecommunications giant Verizon. The company that funneled all this private information to the government spies, as well as the other cell phone companies and internet providers like AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, Google, AOL, Facebook, Skype, and others who have collaborated in this illegal intrusion into our privacy. Our lawsuits will force Obama and company to end their outrageous domestic spying program in which they search your emails, your phone records, your private information for any evidence, so quote-unquote evidence, they can find against you. We will win, but only with your help. Freedom Watch's lawsuits are expensive. We need funds for lawyers, legal staff, depositions, research, and more. So he's looking for millions of patriotic Americans like us to stand with Freedom Watch as they sue Barack Obama and the federal government, their corporate enablers, and the judge who went along with their power grab. Clayman goes on, we must do this to take back our God-ordained, constitutionally protected rights that are disappearing each and every day at the hands of Obama. Without your support, I fear our great country will pass the point of no return as Obama and his socialist allies in and out of government shove the U.S. Constitution into the White House paper shredder. But Freedom Watch's class action suits will stop Barack Obama and his anti-American plans dead in their tracks. Clayman goes on to say, I've already proven that this can work by successfully suing Bill and Hillary Clinton when they occupied the White House, but we're up against a greater foe this time. These cases have already been filed and are moving along. Freedom Watch and I need you to join with us in the fight to regain our freedoms that are being stolen by the socialist anti-American forces that have infiltrated the White House and Congress. Founding Father Benjamin Franklin warned his fellow patriots on the day of the Declaration of Independence, the day it was signed, we must all hang together, or assuredly we shall hang separately. It was true 237 years ago, and it rings truer today. Together we must unite against Barack Obama's egregious spy program that allows the NSA to sift through your personal emails and more without your consent or knowledge. Okay, you get the idea. The lawsuits have already been filed. This is something that conservatives can do beyond their incompetent, traitorous, so-called representatives that do not represent them. Americans need to get on board. I have not seen a better opportunity. I have not seen anything more exciting than the prospect of suing Barack Obama and Eric Holder, to going after them as citizens. I mean, it can be done. It's whatever you might think of it, a long shot or not, it needs to be done. If anything, at the very least, it might slow them down. Whatever it takes, you need to go there to Freedom Watch. You need to become a part of this. Sign on and donate. Thank you for joining me. I'm Scott Ryan.